Good day, everybody. I want to welcome you to New Moon Manifesting. It is a special day, being the Lion's Gate 8-8. Every year we have 8-8 as the Lion's Gate. And it is a magical time of manifesting and creating those incredible intentions. And I was just playing the song The Lion Sleeps Tonight, but I'm thinking, let's wake up that lion. Let's really ignite our passion, our heart-centered curiosity in life, and really manifest some magic with this amazing new moon and Lionsgate. I love that they're joined together. And I actually have a new program that launches on Tuesday, and I always kind of giggle because I sometimes just throw dates to the wall and not really think about, oh yeah, the Lionsgate was 2 days earlier, the new moon was 2 days earlier. So there's always magic that happens in my life, and I want some of that magic to rub off onto you and help you create whatever it is that you want to manifest. So today we're actually going to do an abundance blessing where we are calling in whatever we want. Like if you could wave a magic wand, I want you to think about this as I'm talking about this new moon. But if you could wave a magic wand, what would you want to manifest in the next 12 months? So we have until now, until the next Lionsgate in 2022. Ooh, that'll be a fun number, 88222, right? That'll be pretty cool. Ooh, I like that. So what do you want to manifest over the next year? And that's really what we do with the new moon, even though we're setting our intentions every single month. Sometimes our goals are just progressive and we're continuously working on the same goals. And other times we're setting new ones that relate specifically to the astrology house that this falls in for your specific birth chart. And if you don't know how to pull that, you can actually go to my website, newmoonmanifesting.com. And I have a short tutorial that walks you through how to find your astrology, whatever was happening in the world when you were born and happening in the stars when you were born, and how to use that as a guide. And I had a couple of readings and meetings on Friday with people with astrology, and they were so fascinated. It wasn't anything that was earth-shattering, but it gave them validation of where they were at in their journey. It helped move them forward in specific areas, or at least understand where to set the intentions. And we'll talk specifically about the 12 astrology houses and with this new moon, what you should be setting. So if you know where this is falling in your astrology chart, I believe it's at 16 degrees. So it's literally halfway through Leo. And if you know where that is falling in your chart, then you can definitely look at the graphic I'm going to throw up and see what is manifesting for you. But let's talk a little bit about Leo. So Leo is a fire sign, and fire signs help us take action. So it doesn't matter, air signs are great because we're always thinking about new ideas and expanding and possibilities. And earth signs are really great because we're anchoring and manifesting in physical form. And water signs are great because it helps bring emotion to the equation. And so as we're going through this fire sign, this is actually the second, we start with Aries. And so this is our second fire sign of the year. And Leo is about, what do you really love? What do you really want? Where's your heart? Where's your heart with all of this? It's not manifesting what everybody else wants for you. It's really about tuning into your heart's desires and honoring what those are. Because when you can honor what's coming through with your heart, you're actually going to be more likely to manifest it. Have you ever tried to manifest a goal that maybe you don't really have the inspiration for? It's like, oh yeah, I kind of want to do that, but there's no passion behind it. It's really tough to manifest. It's going to be like pushing a boulder up a hill. So as you're tuning into this new moon, it actually took place this morning at 9:50 a.m. on the East Coast and 6:50 here on the West Coast. So one of the reasons that I usually do the new moon calls before the new moon takes place, but I really wanted to capitalize on this Lionsgate. So that's why we are here today in this delicious new moon energy. So if you have intentions that you've set, we're going to be tuning into those and doing an abundance blessing on those. And I'll actually have you drop those in the chat. Keep in mind that everything that stays in the chat goes nowhere. This is just for me to view. I'm actually going to go into another meditation after this, and I want to hold your intentions, whatever your heart's desires are, whatever it is that you want to manifest. Like, there's nothing too big. I want you to make sure that you're tuning into what your heart's desires are, so that you really can honor that piece of you and stay in that heart-centered space. So as we're going through this specific call today, you may have something that just pops out and you're like, oh my gosh, I never thought of that. And that to me is the Leo energy, because as a fire sign, it's fast acting. It's about taking that inspired action. It's about living heart-centered. It's about creating bold, beautiful, magnanimous, magnificent, majestic goals that help you in achieving why you're really here. Like, what are you doing here? And what is going to make your life absolutely amazing? And so as you're thinking about those intentions, jot them down, put them in the chat either now or as you feel inspired, but I want you to really think about it as we're going through this. So as I mentioned, Leo is a fire sign. It's about taking action. You may have what I call inspired action, where you may have specific things that you have to do. Like if you were trying to lose weight, you need to eat a certain way, or maybe you need to exercise a certain way. But then all of a sudden you may have this inspired action to go do something or eat something or whatever. But inspired action is what Leo is all about. So take those moments of inspired action and make sure that you are tuning into your intuition so that you really are manifesting on that higher plane. And again, with that 8-8 portal, if you look at the 8 turned on its side, it's the symbol of infinity. And so we want to create those infinite goals, infinitely powerful. You are infinitely powerful. And even saying that affirmation every single day, I am infinitely powerful, will support you in believing it. And we'll actually tune into that today, because I want you to, if there's any sort of resistance with an affirmation, there's some sort of fear that's coming up. There's some sort of resistance. And by tuning into what you feel, you can actually overcome it. So we will be working on that in a little bit. In addition to this being, very heart-centered, this is about your personal power. So when I look at the Leo energy, I often look at the heart chakra and aligning with my heart's desires, but I also look at personal power, and that's the solar plexus. So where is your personal power? Is there a place you need to be calling your personal power back? Is there places you need to set healthier boundaries so that you're not giving away your power? Or maybe you have given it away and it's time to just literally call that power back. Just pull it back from wherever you gave it to, whomever you gave it to, whatever job, whatever person, whatever situation, just call that energy back into you. In fact, I want you to take a deep breath, close your eyes. If you're not driving, close your eyes, just take a deep breath and call your energy back, call that power back to you. And just feel that in your heart, feel that in your solar plexus. Maybe there's specific situations that are coming up, but just feel yourself calling your power back, your energy back. Any places you've given your power away. This is about you tuning into your inner vitality. And we don't do that by staying in our heads and over processing everything. We literally have to bring ourselves back, call ourselves back into our heart, maybe even taking a couple of breaths through your heart so that you really are listening to your inner guidance. It's great that we listen to other people and have experiences where we have external stimuli, but ultimately it comes back to, what do I feel in my gut? What am I sensing within me? And when you can tune into that, as well as receiving the external stimulation and advice, then you're able to figure out what the right path is for you versus other people's version of your path. So tuning into that inner vitality will help you in boosting your confidence. It helps you feel more courageous. And these are characteristics of the Leo new moon. It helps you tune into your creativity. And this new moon may be stirring up a lot of creative juices. You may have all kinds of inspiration and ideas and, new projects that you want to start. This is a great time to journal about those. Just jot them down. Just do a mind dump of everything that's coming up. Leave nothing off the table. Nothing is too crazy, right? This is about really manifesting magic, waving that magic wand and really tuning into what you want. This Leo energy is about being curious. It's that childlike wonder. Think about being around a little kid, or when you were a little kid. I used to always ask a ton of questions. I wanted to know how things worked. Well, why does that happen? And how does that work? And I was constantly asking questions, and I still do today. I love to grow. I love to learn. And it's my passion to understand how things work, because once I understand how they work, then I can create a system and make it work for me. But when I don't understand how things work, everything seems to fall apart. So be curious, be childlike, be inquisitive, and just look at life from different eyes and different perspectives. It's so easy to put our adult glasses on and just focus on all the adulting that we have to do. And it's not always fun stuff. So when we can take that adult framework off and really tune into our childhood hopes and dreams and curiosity and wonder, then we really can tune into magic and create something magnificent. This new moon is about having more fun. So I'm giving you permission to have fun, whatever that looks like for you, whether it's having more fun in your work, having more fun just in life in general. Let loose, dance, sing, play around, play with your kids, play with your animals, go for a walk. Just have fun, because when we're having fun, we actually raise our vibe. We get ourselves into a heart-centered place. We tune out all the worries and the stresses that day-to-day life can create for us. And we really allow ourselves to be in flow. And when we are in flow, we actually manifest more than when we're trying to think about how to manifest. So if you are not having fun in life, I'm giving you permission to integrate fun, schedule fun into your life if you have to, but make your life more fun. And then the last thing I wanted to mention about the new moon before we go into actually looking at a chart is to be lighthearted, to dream big, and to live bold. So you aren't set in this world to just be a wallflower and sit in the corner. This is about you really stepping into your superpowers. You are magnanimous, you are majestic, you are magnificent, and it's important for you to honor that part of you and really step into that magic so that you can manifest more. So I want to pull up a chart so I can show you a little bit of how to look at your astrology so that, there we go. So that you really can understand what's taking place. So I actually just pulled a chart for today because I thought it would be easier. But we have this Leo energy. Leo is over here in this particular chart. It's taking place in the 11th house. And the houses are these little numbers in the middle. And if you don't know what those mean, you can actually just Google Leo in 10th house, if that's where it's at for you, or 11th house. But we've got the sun, moon, and Mercury hanging out in here. And the sun, moon, and Mercury were actually hanging out together with the last new moon. So why is the new moon important, or why is it a magical time for manifesting? Well, we have so many energies that pull us in multiple directions. Planets are moving every single day. And the nice thing about the new moon is the sun and moon come together for a brief time. And it's literally the divine feminine, the divine masculine come together, join forces. There's less energetic friction, and we're able to have usually more clarity. Because the new moon, there is no visible moon in the sky. It's an introspective time of going within, tuning into what's most valuable and important to you, and setting intentions around that specific goal. You can enhance that by actually setting your intentions where it is falling for you. For this specific chart, it's in the 11th house. So the 11th house relates to like-minded groups. It relates to the future, innovation, creativity, sharing your knowledge and wisdom with others, those types of things. Now, when we're looking at a chart, I always like to see what's opposite first, because anytime there's opposition, you're feeling like you're getting pulled in multiple directions. And that's what happens when we are in a full moon. We have the sun in one sign and the moon is opposite. So there's this sense of a teeter-totter and this need to balance. And when in fact, we're getting pulled in two directions, we have to watch what's taking place. So with this new moon, Mercury is opposite of Jupiter. Not exact, but it's pretty darn close. And Mercury is about communicating a new message. It's lightning thinking. It's very witty and quick on its feet. And Jupiter is the planet of luck and expansion. So you may be communicating a new message. What I'm literally seeing is Jupiter is sending all of us luck and moving us forward with whatever we are verbalizing, whatever we're thinking about, writing about, speaking about. That's what we're going to be verbalizing. So in that case, you're going to watch your thoughts. You want to watch the way that you're speaking and make sure that you're very mindful, because when we are unaware of what we're speaking, or if we're doubting ourselves or situations, then we're actually reversing any progress that we're making. So as this Jupiter is really pushing into the Mercury energy, make sure that you are aligned with what you really want. And anytime you see those negative thoughts come in, or, oh, I'd never see how that could happen, just replace it with, it's not my job to figure out how to make it happen. My job is to be present with what's taking place and what I'm feeling and thinking about in the moment. With the Leo energy, we have the sun and moon right here, and they are opposite of Saturn. So Saturn is that responsible parent. It's about authority. It's about government and structures. And, with this taking place opposite, it's really saying to me, there may be some changes that are taking place, this is a really new dynamic for us where we're in uncharted territory, because we are literally breaking down, with Saturn being retrograde, we are breaking down old systems, old thought processes, old patterns. So not only is it happening in our external world, but it's actually taking place on an internal world also. So the more aware you are with what's taking place, if you're trying to clench onto those old way of doing things, then it really doesn't support you in moving forward in that bigger picture. And Leo is helping you really claim, what is it that makes my heart sing? And how can I bring that into the world on a daily basis? And that will be the new structure that you create if you create healthy habits around that. Now, at a square, we've got our good buddy Uranus over here in Taurus. And Uranus is all about sudden changes, moving in new directions. It's the higher mind of God, it's innovation, it's creativity, and it shakes up things. So anytime planets are at a square, that's this little square we've got going on with Saturn and Uranus. This is taking place through the rest of this year, but specifically with this new moon, it is taking place with the sun and moon and Uranus. So with this taking place, there could be opposition that's going on where you're wanting to move in one direction and and you're feeling either held back, or maybe you're thrust in a completely different direction that you never imagined possible. So be open to the possibilities of, usually the first thing we do is react, right? And I want you to take that step back when something happens and be curious about what that is, what's taking place, why am I reacting this way or feeling this way? And when you can do that, you'll actually diffuse the situation, versus if you push up against it, it will actually create more resistance and frustration and make it more difficult to actually move in the direction that you want. So those are some of the major planetary influences that are taking place. We've got Mars that is now, both Mars and Venus, that are both in Virgo. So Virgo is about taking that daily practical action. Mars is about action. Venus is about being in a place of love and really valuing what we do, because often, we will discount what we really value or what we really want. So it's really helping us take those daily action steps. Affirmations are helpful, anything that keeps you in that daily ritual of being organized with your thoughts and your emotions will help you in moving forward. So I wanted to bring up the chart about Leo and the houses. So I mentioned in this chart, it was in the 11th house. This is, it could be groups that are related to creativity or drama, theater, flamboyance, those types of things, because that 11th house can be very out there. For me, it's taking place in my 5th house. So, or actually, I lied. I don't know why I said that. It's taking place in my 1st house. I did this earlier where I was like, oh, it's in my 5th house. Oh yeah, focusing on my kids and that type of stuff. No, it is my ascendant. So 1st house, expressing my creativity. I actually created a huge goal. It was so huge. And I was in my mastermind group this week, and I was telling our leader about my goal, and he just said, you've got to do this. This is a multi-million-dollar idea. And I mean, it literally made my heart sing. I was like, oh my gosh, I finally feel like I'm on the right track. I've been doing all of this stuff and accumulating resources and information and skill sets, and I feel like everything is coming to fruition. So you can check out this chart, and I'll open up the lines in a few minutes and we can talk about where this is taking place for you. But if you know where the new moon is taking place, you can just jot down specific characteristics of that house. And obviously you can Google more. There's only so much I can put on a graphic. And it's really simple to do, just Leo in my blank house. And you'll be able to pull up a bunch of websites that will talk specifically about that. So have any of you ever felt like this? This has been me for the past 20 years, where I would sort of kind of manifest things, but I would often get incredibly frustrated. When I have an idea, I don't know about you, but when I get an idea, I think I should just instantly manifest it. And I am doing that now, but I wasn't doing that for the past 20 years. And if you're not getting what you really, really, really want, what do you think is slowing you down? What do you think is stopping you? What keeps getting in your way? And through this 20-year process where I've accumulated all these skills and information about manifesting my goals, what I discovered is it is me. I am the one thing that kept getting in my way, holding myself back, and really stopping the manifesting from happening. And it came down to my thoughts, limiting beliefs, emotional patterns, the way that I saw the world, like all of these things. Even though on a bigger, grander picture, I can see fabulous things happening, and things have been amazing. It's just maybe not to the caliber that I have envisioned. And through this process, I've learned that with me being that defining element through this entire process, that I needed to clean up my act. I needed to clean up my thoughts and be more mindful. I needed to heal emotional wounds. I needed to blast through limiting beliefs. And this is an ongoing thing. So it's not something that's one and done. So to do more work on ourselves is absolutely vital for us to receiving more. And to support you in this process, I have put together a masterclass tomorrow night. It's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. Pacific. But I really want to help people take their foot off the brake, right? Because how many times have you thought about, oh, I really want to manifest that, and then all of a sudden you slam on the brakes, or maybe things are manifesting really well for you and you still put the brakes on, right? Like, oh my gosh, it's happening too fast. What am I going to do? Or it's not happening fast enough. And it's like, well, what's in the way of my brakes that's causing me to not get what I really, really want? And in this masterclass tomorrow, I'm going to teach you how to really get clarity on what it is that you want to manifest, create action steps so that you can take massive action towards your goals. And we'll also talk about breaking through your limiting beliefs, which we will also be doing today in a few minutes when we are clearing energy around your goals. So if you are interested in the masterclass, it's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. Pacific, and it'll probably be 40-ish minutes, depending on questions and answers that we have. You can register at this link, or in the email that I send out, there is also a link for that. So, as I joined a mastermind about 6 weeks ago, and as I was pondering doing it, because it was quite expensive. It was a huge investment in myself. And as I sat there thinking about it, the words came into my mind, if not now, then when? And that has stuck with me, and it has been prodding me. It has been giving me courage and confidence to move forward. And so I asked that question of you, if not now, then when, right? Like we can think, oh, I'll do that next year, or maybe I'll manifest that in the future. No, it's time to manifest it now. And so I want to help you do that with this masterclass. Now, with this new moon, self-care, with every new moon, with every day, we should have self-care, self-love, things that support us in just tuning into ourselves and what we need, because there is no greater nurturer in this world than YOU. So as you're thinking about self-care today, think about really what lights you up. Tune into your inspirations, your passion, and be courageous to do something that lights you up. Whether it's coloring in a book today or going for a walk in nature, whatever it is, whatever helps light up your heart, tune into that today. And be passionate, unleash your creativity. That can go in all different directions. It can be just simply cleaning up your house or organizing your house. But whatever it is, just tune into whatever is helping you express your creativity and inspiring your passion. And then, as I mentioned before, this new moon relates to the solar plexus. And what can you do to restore your personal power? Some of my favorite essential oils for this new moon, ylang ylang and wild orange together, literally smell like orange blossoms. It is so uplifting. Ylang ylang helps you tune into that childlike curiosity and wonder in life. Wild orange stimulates serotonin. It helps you feel good and inspires creativity. And if you're looking for something that expands your heart and feeling more love, rose oil supports in raising your vibe and bringing unconditional love to the table. So I want to open up the lines for questions that you may have about where this is falling in your house and what's taking place for you. Oh, look at all you beauties. If you want to go ahead and unmute yourself.
Jana?
Yes.
Natasha, how are you?
Oh my gosh, Natasha, it's been forever.
You're so sweet. I just love you. Thank you so much. Yes, it has been a while. I was so glad to get the email, and I was thinking about you like literally maybe last week or early this week. I was like, oh, I haven't seen Jana on Facebook. And so Great. Okay, get to the point. You're wonderful as usual. Thank you for opening the lineup because I was going to ask, what is the house for Aquarius? You just put that up. You just put up the list there.
Yeah, so this is taking place in your 10th house.
Okay. So, okay, I love it. And that means, can you read that? You want to
Wait,
put it
I
up?
don't know. I don't know which one it's taking. Do you know you're an Aquarius, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But do you know where Leo is falling for you?
I do not. How do I find that out for you?
Um, I have a short tutorial on my website, but if you email me, I'll email you back and let you know.
Okay, wonderful. And as always, I will tell the world we're going to do a session together. I will tell the
We're
world.
going to be doing really big things because, oh my God, my entire world has just exploded in a really amazing way. So
I love it.
it's like the
Remember,
stage has been set for how many years we've known each other, like
okay,
9 years, right?
I want everybody on this call to know that it was you that taught me that money sits as high, the energy of money sits as high as the sun. I got that from you.
Absolutely. In fact, the other day I was actually reading The Alchemist for a class that I was in, and I've read The Alchemist before, but I wanted to read it again. And I was finishing up the book while I was going to sleep. And as I was doing that, I was thinking, okay, I'm the alchemist, right? Like I actually used to have a program called Inner Alchemy, because it's all about transformation. And in The Alchemist, it's about transforming lead into gold, right? That's not what The Alchemist does. And so as I was sitting there and thinking about that, I was like, okay, I just want to envision gold going through my veins, because we hear about a vein of gold, right? There's a vein of gold into the earth. And gold is actually a lower octave of the sunlight. And so I was envisioning the sun coming in through the crown of my head, and this gold veins were going through me. And I was like, well, what if I just made my entire inner world gold and I was the radiant golden being? And then it reminded me of the story of the golden Buddha, where the Buddha, it was this huge Buddha made out of pure gold. And the Huns were going to be they were attacking all of the monasteries and everything. And so the monastery couldn't move it. So they actually covered it in mud. And it was covered in mud for thousands of years. And then one day somebody saw that there was something sort of gleaming from inside of a crack. And so they peeled the mud off. They realized that there was gold inside. And so they cleaned the entire Buddha off. And it was really symbolic seeing all of this imagery. I mean, this was happening in a split second in my mind. But, we are those golden Buddhas, that we have this light within us, that we have this God force, universal force energy inside of each and every single one of us. And as such, we are that golden Buddha. But what's happened is we've been caked on with mud from limiting beliefs, from thoughts that people have about us, from things that people have said, from ways that we're putting our own selves down. All of these ways we've literally have protected ourselves with this mud, and it's time to break out of that. And so as I was going through this meditation, I started with the hose, kind of like hosing off all the mud. And then it turned into like a fire hose. I was like, let's just get it off really, really fast.
Okay.
So, I want you guys to remember this, that you are that golden being. And as you allow the light of the sun to work through you, be that conduit for the sun to come through you. And then imagine it's going out into the earth, going through the bottom of your feet, out into the earth. It will actually energize the earth to that higher vibe. So yeah, this goes beyond what we talked about before with gold and money and the sunlight. And it was just such a powerful visualization in literally 5 minutes.
Thank you for that, Nina. You're
absolutely.
just wonderful.
So email me, let me know your birth date. I'll do a quick chart pull and tell you what house this is taking place in for you.
Okay, reference to what you're teaching here, you just put Leo and houses up. Thank you. You said mine is
I don't know. That's why I need you to send me my
you don't know.
chart.
Okay.
I need your birth date, birth time, and birthplace. and I'll pull
Okay.
your chart.
What does the Leo in houses mean? What you put this up? What does it mean again? I missed it.
So what this is when you find out where Leo is hitting for you, then
Uh-huh.
you can set your intentions about a specific thing. So for
Got it.
me, it's about first house. So I'm
Oh, okay.
expressing my creativity. Yes, I am bossy. I will admit to that.
Oh, I can't imagine.
How do you get things done if you're not bossy, right? But I'm also very fun. I'm loyal. I'm courageous. I'm confident. All of those things. So when we find out what house this is hitting for you, then we can set intentions for that.
Okay. How long does the Lionsgate last? I read two things that it was going to go on for the next 30 days starting today. Then I read something else last night that said it started actually like last week, week before last, up until the 14th or something.
Yeah, there's multiple schools of thought.
Okay.
I just try to dive into the energy until I feel it dissipate. So it can be
Okay.
different for everyone.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
All right. Who else has a question about where this is falling for them?
Hey, Jen. I do.
Hello.
All right. I can't see who's. Somebody just talk first, and then we'll pick the next.
Hi, Yana. Right, great. Thank you. I've got Leo, and in my chart, there's a bit of confusion because I'm looking at either Placidus or the equal signs. But generally, I've got Leo, which is my 10th house.
Okay.
And it's untenanted apart from my south node. The T square with Uranus, then Uranus is my 7th house, and I've got natal Saturn in there.
Oh, wow. Big transformations taking place with partnerships and relationships for you.
Okay. And then, so in the 4th house opposite, I've definitely got Mercury. And then depending on which chart style, in the one that you're using, then I've got also my Sun and my North node opposite, or else in the equal house, the Sun and the North node are in the
right
5th house.
Let's
So,
just
yeah,
I'm not going to pull your whole chart right now.
That's all right. Yeah,
let's just focus on where this is hitting for you. You said your 10th house.
Yeah, so, 10th house, and the Uranus is the 7th with Saturn, and then opposite 4th house, it's got Mercury, and you could say Sun and North node. Yeah,
right. So I definitely focus on your career and setting goals around, what your career is, what your career path is. There may be some fine tuning that's taking place. You may be highly creative right now because of what's taking place. It's a very, it's the actors and actresses of the world, right? Leo is. And so what do you want to be known for? What inspires you? What helps you have fun with your work? All of those types of things will help you in setting your intentions.
And how is that bouncing off the Uranus T square then? That's with Saturn in the
So yeah, there may be major transformations that are taking place with relationships, with partnerships. So if you were in a partnership, like a work partnership, that could be either expanding or falling apart. And it could create, okay, well, what's my next step then with my work, if it was a work environment, right? So I'd just be looking at where things are falling apart in your life or transforming in your life, and how that is transitioning into your work life also.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. All right, next.
Hi.
Hi.
I have it in my 9th house, so I kind of wanted to know what I should be focusing on, my intentions on. If I don't have, I know it has to do with travel and stuff. I just came back from a vacation, so I don't have any travel plans right now.
You already lived that one, right? But
yes.
Setting intentions for the future.
Yes.
Where would I like to be traveling over the next year? It also relates to higher education. So if there are specific courses that you want to take that enhance, either the field that you're already in or learning something new, especially related to spirituality and philosophy, that would be helpful and supportive. So I don't know if there's anything there that you're thinking about?
I'm currently taking some classes now that are year long, so probably just focusing more on that.
Yeah, and definitely maybe setting your intentions more deeply around what you want to get out of those. If you're
Okay.
already in the flow with that, just, there may be something that you feel very inspired by. Something comes up, it's almost like a light bulb goes on, and you're like, oh, that's a specific area that I love. And then you focus on that and really expand it.
Okay, makes sense. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, who's next?
Hi, Jana, it's Kathy.
Hi, Kat.
Oh. So I can't tell if mine is on my 11th house or my 12th house.
I may have to look at it
Okay.
to find out for sure. But 11th house is going to be, kind of interesting, Leo, because I know you're doing yoga teacher training right now. And so being in groups, it's almost like you're performing, right? Because Leo is the performer, and performing in groups or performing with like-minded people, if it's taking place in your 11th house. And then if it's in the 12th, it's going to be, well, the yoga training that you're doing is helping you be more spiritual and healing those hidden elements of yourself. So I'll have to look at your chart for sure to find out where it's at. But those are two things that are kind of just intuitively coming up.
I could see that, because I think when I saw the 11th at first, I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense because I'm not doing anything with that. But the way you reframed it, I could see how it's doing the 11th house. Thank you.
You're such a Scorpio.
I was like,
this way that I don't get it, right?
I was disagree. I'm like, what does that mean? Okay.
I know. Yeah, and that's why I want y'all to, when you find out what house it's in, Google it, because these are just, 10 words on each specific house, and there's so much more to it. All right. Yeah, I'll look at yours after when I look at Natasha's. All right, who's next, my dear?
Me, Cheryl.
Hi, Janet, it's Frenchie. Whoops, sorry.
Wait, Cheryl, then Frenchie.
Okay,
Perfect.
second house.
Second. Yeah, did we just talk about this? Yeah, this is about how you earn money on a daily basis, right? So being in the forefront, being and really honoring like your values, because second house also, it's not just making money, but it's like, what do you really value? For me, it's my time. Like I can make all the money in the world, but I only want to work 10 hours a week, right?
Right.
And it better fit within that schedule, or it's not going to happen. So what do you really value? And making sure that you're bringing that to the forefront and magnifying it so that you're honoring yourself. Because it feels like, honestly, when I'm feeling you right now, it just feels like there's this conflict towards what you want to do. And there may be some like level of responsibility, but I have to take care of this. But I want you to tune into what you really, really want to create and magnify that. And not just for this new moon, but over the next 12 months, right?
Right.
So set that intentions of, if my life was perfect and I'm moving forward, this is what I want it to be.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, Frenchie, you're up, Buttercup.
8th house, and I have Uranus in my natal chart in that house. Yeah, right.
Oh, lucky you. Yeah, you need to be in front of everybody. So, Leo in 8th house is about deep transformation, but it's doing it in a very regal way, right? Like, I'm just seeing like the lion with the from the Wizard of Oz with the king's cape on him, and just being very gracious about the transformations that you're going through, and how you end up being a beacon of light for other people to support them in, kind of where they're going.
Makes perfect sense. Thank you.
Good. Fabulous. All right, who's next?
Can I go?
Yes.
So hi, Anna.
Anna.
Just wanted to, I am not, my details are very sketchy. I don't understand very well, but I'm Leo rising, 6 degrees, which I found out on my chart. And just opposite is in Aquarius is 6 degrees DC. And I thought that might be significant. I don't know what that means.
Oh, so the new moon is at your ascendant?
Yeah.
Yeah, you and me both, girl. So it's I consider this my new year. And I always wondered why I always felt like I never felt like the calendar year was my time to start things, nor did I think the astrology new year was my time. I always felt like August and the school year was my time, right? And so you may be feeling that too, that it's like, oh, I'm inspired to get projects going now. So with Leo in the first house, it's all about, who am I? What am I doing in the world? How do I bring, my confidence and courage to really stand in my power and be who I'm supposed to be in this world? And so as you honor that part of yourself and hold that, in fact, you probably already do this. In fact, I know that you do it because I can just feel that energy where you just exude confidence. And people are like, wow, how does she do that? And you're like, I don't know. But it's because Leo is in your first house and it's very symbolic of you honoring yourself. And so if you're not feeling confident, or if it's that false sense of confidence where it's just, kind of faked until you make it, make sure that you're tuning into your true confidence. And that will help you in really honoring who you are and bringing your gifts into the world. And then the other thing is coming up is just making sure that you're having more fun, right? Like I was talking about earlier, scheduling fun so that you're really getting out of the box and able to see things from a new creative perspective. Does that help?
Yeah, it does. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. All right, who's next? I'm going to stop sharing because I can't check the chat. Fourth house, so that's all about home base for you, Anna. Fourth house is creating emotional security. And so, again, it's that confidence with who am I in the world and how do I create home base? This may be a time of sprucing up your home or organizing your home or reorganizing the furniture or feng shui, something that keeps that energy going so that you are really honoring, your home is a reflection of who you are. I'm lost here and I don't know astrology well. That's okay, Melissa. I don't know if you're on my email list, but you can get on my email list at newmoonmanifesting.com. And if you email me your birth date, time, and place, I'll pull a quick chart and just tell you where this is happening for you. And there's also, if you join us every month for New Moon, obviously you learn more and more about your chart because my goal is to help people understand how to pull your chart. I just find them a fabulous way of providing validation and support for any challenges that you're facing, any directions you want to move. And it's just a fabulous tool to help you stay on track with your life and make sense of things and know yourself better, right? Like every time I look at a chart and I talk to someone about it, it's not earth-shattering stuff. It's like, oh, that explains why I do what I do. And even now, after doing this for 13 years, I'll look at my chart sometimes and go, why did I never see that? And sometimes we just look at certain elements of our chart and don't look at the whole thing. And, even with other chart readers, you just get bits and pieces, but it's a process that actually helps you understand yourself better and what's taking place. So let me just check a couple quick more comments. Leo, my Leo friend Dawn. And in your 11th house containing, wow, you had a stellium of planets taking place with Uranus, Venus, and Pluto all in there. So 11th house again relates to sharing your knowledge and wisdom with the world, especially with your sun there, where you're really, you shine by being in groups, either teaching or just being in groups with like-minded people, having innovative, creative, futuristic type ideals. Pluto's a transformer, Venus is what you love and value, and Uranus is all about transformation, innovation, creativity. So there's a lot of really powerful energy for you. So this would be a great one for you. And then Bonnie, yeah, 10th house would be your career and what you want to be known for, your legacy. So if it's actually in your 10th house, you can find 16 degrees, just count the little degrees on the inner part of your chart, and then it will tell you exactly where they're at. And then I just mentioned the 11th house. I think we've got that covered. And absolutely. All right. Did I miss anyone? Going once, going twice. All right. As we are setting up for this amazing abundance blessing, I want you to think about what it is that you want to manifest. I'm going to mute everybody again. Think about what it is that you want to manifest. What is it that you want to create? And drop it in the chat. It can be vague, right? Like you don't have to be overly specific, but if you are specific, it's going to help me in holding that space for that intention. And so I'll do that here on this call, but I'm also going to do that after the fact so that we really, I mean, we're literally opening up this universal portal with this new moon, with this Lion's Gate. And if we could have everything that you want, just the way that you want it, what does that look like to you? What does perfect health look like to you? What does the perfect career look like for you? Perfect family, perfect relationships, perfect streams of income, whatever it is, just drop in the chat. And we're going to tune into that. There was one other thing we were going to do. Oh, the affirmation. So I'm going to have you tune into the affirmation. I am majestic, since I'm calling this the majestic new moon. Close your eyes, and when you say the affirmation, either out loud or within you, it's already healing taking place because I feel the energy move through me. So yay for that. When you tune into the affirmation, I am majestic, I want you to notice where you feel that and what it feels like in your body. You have to say it 1 or 2 times. I am majestic. And when you feel into your body, notice the point that feels most intense to you. And take one of your fingers and just hold it on the most intense points. And you're either supporting it in feeling majestic, or you're going to be amplifying and expanding that feeling. So whatever it is for you, like if you feel, yes, I am majestic, then you're going to just feel this additional opening that's taking place as we're going through this. And if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what that means. What does it feel like to be majestic? I'm not royalty. Yes, you are. You are royalty. And you're here for a purpose. And so wherever you feel either that twinge of, I don't really feel majestic, or I'm majestic, and I just say it with a soft voice. I'm loving all these comments. Love it, love it, love it. Can't wait to read them all. But just hold your finger on the most intense points. And there's no need to think about this. I want you to stay present with your body and stay out of the mind. So if you're feeling something, you're just bringing all of your focus and attention to that point and holding it on that spot, like just a laser focus right into that point in your body. Because if there's resistance, there's some sort of you that is fearing feeling majestic. Yeah, I'm feeling some throat stuff going on. We'll just clear that as we're sitting here. tuning in even deeper. Just bring all of your focus to that point now. And if you had to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being intensely uncomfortable and 1 being very negligible, where would you rate this, what you're feeling right now? And just tune into that, be present. Good, not very intense, Vanna. That's fabulous. Yes, just be present. Just be present to what you feel in the moment. Feel into what that feels like. And even speak the affirmation again. Sometimes the mind tries to trick us and hurries things along, but I just want you to be present with, I am majestic. Yes, I see that for you, Elena. I see that for you, Narsha. I see that for you, Frenchie. I see that for you, Vanna. I see that for you, Kathy. Keep tuning in even deeper, focusing on, I am majestic. I see that for you, Dawn. I see that for you, B. I'm going to send you all some high frequency energy healing. I literally feel like my hands are on your head. Projecting this energy into you, helping you magnify, feeling majestic. Tuning in even deeper, focusing on the point that's most intense. And between us, we are literally obliterating any places where we don't feel majestic, magnificent, magnanimous, magnetic, right? Like we want to be magnetic and draw to us all the good stuff that we want. I see that for you, Florence. I see that for you, Bonnie. I see that for you, Susan. See that for you, Ani. I see that for you, Cheryl. Fabulous. Just tune into your body when you say the affirmation, I am majestic. What is it feeling like? Is it still intense and uncomfortable? Is it dissipating? Just be present. You're doing great. honoring yourself, supporting your growth, your evolution with this process. And I can already feel us moving into meditation. So if you want to remove your hand from wherever, your finger from wherever you're holding it, and be in a more meditative, comfortable place, just do that now. And imagine that we're literally standing in a big circle. We have a huge cauldron with a fire in it. We're calling in that Leo fire energy to support us. And we all feel very, like I can literally see we're just chit-chattery, chatting with each other, excited about possibilities, excited about this next step, new steps, the realm of possibilities, and really honoring ourselves in this moment. And maybe you've written down your intentions, maybe you're still thinking about them. But imagine you have on a piece of paper what you either typed in the chat or what you've just mentally written out. And before we throw these into the fire, literally, we're throwing everything into the cauldron. If this was the last time you were ever going to manifest anything, and you could only manifest everything in this moment, and you were going to put that into this cauldron, what would that be? And I literally see circling around us all of our ancestors. There's this huge group of people around us that is projecting unconditional love, supporting each one of us in our process. Just be present to what you feel in the body, your body at this moment. Dreaming up bigger, bolder goals, maybe things that you never thought were possible. That this Leo gate, this Lion's gate, is the perfect opportunity to manifest more. And notice what you feel in your body through this process, tuning in even deeper. I love that, Susan. Yes, releasing any blocks we have, anything that's holding us back in being creative. Even if we think, oh, I'm not a creative person, that's the wrong answer, because we all have creative genius within us. We just have different levels of creativity and different ways that we express our creativity. Sometimes it's just in the daily things that we do that expand our creativity. Just be present, what you notice in your body right now. And we're feeling this sense of calming down, excited for each one of us to manifest our goals and dreams. Feeling that inner confidence and courage to take the action steps that move us forward. And when we do feel fearful and resist taking those steps, that we tune in even deeper to that resistance and be childlike and curious and ask, why am I being resistant? Why am I fearing taking this next step? Exactly, Elena, having the courage to take inspired action. Yes. Yes, we're given steps, we're given opportunities, and they often come in the form of a whisper. And we can easily discount them, but I want you to imagine yourself just taking that next right step that moves you forward, whatever your goals and dreams are. That you have the courage and confidence to listen to that inner guidance and to follow it. And there's a sense of reverence that's coming over each of us as we're standing in the circle around the fire, mesmerized by the dancing flames, tuning in even deeper to that inner wisdom, that inner guidance. The true reservoir of wealth is within. Just notice what you're feeling in your body. No judgment. No need to try to change things, but just be still and present now. Simply honor what you feel. Maybe your body is releasing something. Maybe you're feeling this courage and confidence building within you. But say yes to that. Say yes to more courage, more confidence, more insight, more intuition. Say yes to standing in your power, your creativity, your magnificence, your majesticness, your regalness. And I literally see a velvet cloak being placed around each one of you, standing in your divinity. Honoring the royalty that you are. You're such an amazing gift to this world, and you have an important life's mission and purpose. And you're here to create your queendom or kingdom, whatever it is that you want to create. You are the queen. Just feel into that in your body. Feel that regalness. Even if you may not feel worthy and deserving, screw that, right? Whoever created the word deserving needs to be slapped upside the head. You're all deserving. You're all worthy. Maybe even in your mind's eye, you say, I am worthy, and state your goal. I am worthy of taking courageous action. I am worthy of my big, bold, beautiful goals. I am enough. And imagine at this moment, you take the intention that you're setting with this new moon and you throw it into the fire. Sending your intentions into that fire, allowing the fire to burn that piece of paper, burn those intentions, burn your heart's desires, literally burning desires, into the fire. And as that paper dissipates and is consumed by the flames, the smoke literally lifts your intentions up into the ethers, setting forth your heart's intentions into the atmosphere. And your job now is to stand in your power and honor yourself by being worthy and deserving, by allowing yourself to attract the resources that support you in creating your big, bold goals, that allow you in receiving more. And as we wrap up this specific activity, just express gratitude to yourself. I'm so grateful that each one of you showed up and are present here now. And even if you were unable to join us live, that your energy is captured in this moment, that even in watching this after the fact, that you too are a part of this big cauldron of manifestation. And I want you to imagine yourself turning your back to the fire and facing the circle of ancestors, guides, anyone else that's here supporting you and cheering you on. And just express your gratitude to them for being here, for being a part of this process, and know that you can call upon your ancestors, your guides to support you anytime you need it. They can't support you until you ask. That's the challenge of free will on this earthly plane. So be courageous to ask for the help. And imagine that you're walking closer towards your ancestors, that we're literally breaking into a huge party. There's a lot of chit chat going on, celebration, hugs, whatever it is, just calling that all in now. And just feeling that within your heart, that gratitude, honoring yourself in the moment. And take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, release. Go ahead and open your eyes. And if you feel inspired, go ahead and jot down ideas and inspiration. And if you want to keep yourself in this energy, go ahead and click out of this. I'm going to wrap up the call, but I'll stop the recording for anyone who wants to talk a little bit, talk a little bit. It's easier for me to say. I'm so honored and grateful for your presence here and participating in our monthly calls, and not only supporting our own healing in this journey, but supporting humanity, because as we heal ourselves, we help heal the planet and heal humanity. And it's my mission to heal humanity. I'm on a huge mission right now, and I'm very excited about it and where everything is going. And that's my new moon intention, supporting humanity with healing. So again, I want to thank you for being here for our Leo energy, the Leo new moon and Lionsgate. Sit with the energy today, focus on your mindset, emotions that are coming up, journal about whatever you feel inspired about, or maybe even frustrated about, because writing it out will help you in resolving whatever it is. And if you feel inspired, please join us tomorrow for our masterclass to learn how to set really clear goals and create strategic action plans to take massive action towards your goals. So I want to thank you all so much for being here. And I will see you next month on our Virgo new moon call.